Africa, Europe, Australia, America. Where are you? Namaste. My name is Pahadi David. My background is Anglo-Australian. Lived in the Himalayas coming and going for many, many years. And that's why I call myself Pahadi David. Pahadi means mountain, yes? So welcome to everybody. Indian greeting, namaste to you. And how is everybody? Where are you? Are you in America, Africa, Asia, Australia? And please remember, we talk on all subjects on this live stream. We talk on all subjects without fear, and including Anupama Joshi. Namaste, Anupama. How are you tonight? Fine? Good, good, good. Shabash. Orki Harin. Sab Tik Tak Chu. Tabiat. Kushalbad. Nantin Pirao. Kukur Sab Magan Harin. Jivan Sati. Hey, Shabash. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Himanshu, namaste, Himanshu. Second on the list tonight. Second. Wow, wow, wow. So where I today, is there anybody from Africa, from Lesotho, Tanzania, Morocco, Barbaho, Egypt? Maybe anybody listening from Egypt? Please talk to me in English. I'm sorry I don't speak Arabic language. And anybody from South America, maybe from Guyana, or Brazil, America, Alaska. Let's have your messages, please. And we talk on all subjects, and we talk on all subjects without fear. We're not afraid to express ourselves. We're not afraid that somebody will come and knock on our door and arrest us for talking on live stream. It's not like that. People say that India is the biggest democracy on the planet. That's what they say. And so please send your messages, and depending mostly on your interesting messages, what subjects you open, we can have a more interesting live stream. You see, I can't be doing continuously live singing and dancing and everything like that. So much of this live stream depends on you lovely viewers, you know? All right, Shurya Lala. Namaste, Shurya. Just give me 2 minutes, yes? Thank you. Good, good, good. Kshitij Gupta, Horizon Man. Good, good. Exams are tomorrow, of course. That's right, Monday. I'm praying for you. I'm meditating. I'm not praying to any God. I'm just praying like as in meditation, you know? And you just do your best, Kshitij, okay? Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Anupama. Alok Upreti, thank you from Belgium, Europe. Thanks for coming back, Alok. Thanks for coming back after some time, yeah. Have you been busy there in Belgium, Europe, busy or something like that? Please let me know. Yes, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. I'll be meditating very, very strongly in your direction, okay? Good, good, good. Lord of the Earth. Yes, I do. I remember your name very, very well. Lord of the Earth. Wah, wah, wah. Today, CJ, I had a fantastic bhatka dubuk. I love the dubka with all the masala mixed in with the main dish, not the chutney or salt, bhanka namak or something on the side. I like it all mixed in And today, Mum Taija, she cooked an amazing one. I think she put in about 7 or 8 different types of spices. We have good stock of spices here. Mum Taija, her daughter brings up from Haldwani fresh spices. You know, like Gandharani, Chippy, Long, Jeera, Haldi, Jakia, and all these other ones, you know. And it was just, I like the dubka with the masala all cooked into the dish, not on the side, you know. Rayan Nazirwaza. Rayan Nazirwaza, do you remember me? Do I remember you, Rayan? I have completely forgotten about you, Rayan, from Baramulla, Kashmir. I have completely. Salam, Rayan, salam, and equally namaste. You can accept that. And how are you keeping up there? Is it a little bit rainy at the moment up there? Still along the Himalayas, rainy. All right, Horizon Man, Gupta ji. Good, good, good. Oh, CJ Singh, we had a beautiful potato and peas, and I had about 5 multi-grain paratha, and then some rice. Yes, yes. Now, Shurya. Look, it's not easy to live with past hurt. There are different types of hurt. Right? Different types. Sexual abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, or a mixture of those things. A broken trust in a very serious way. Give me a little clue, like when did this happen? How many years before, Shurya? How many years before? How many years before did that happen? Can you give me a little clue? Not too much detail, but give me a little clue about what type of hurt it was, Shurya? Ah, CJ, my mountain neighbor friends. Well, I live in a perfect place for a person who is 100% reclusive. Reclusive. I don't like to live with too many other people. I'm very selfish on that subject, CJ. I live, it's a perfect place here. We're 3 kilometers from Corsani Market. We live in a tiny little hamlet. Hamlet means a tiny little settlement, just a small handful of families. So really, I don't have any neighbours here. The main family live 5 minutes just up the hill there. So all of my mountain neighbour friends, I don't have any. I'm very selfish with my time, my peace and quiet. Very selfish. And most of the time, I just I live life on my own terms. Oh, selfish man, eh? And I just make sure I get what I need. You know, CJ, I get what I need, not just what I want, but what I need also. Yeah. Don't come to conclusions. Don't make judgments about me. Okay. Anybody else who's listening, the other 17 viewers. Thank you, CJ. Thank you. Inspiration. Wow, wow, wow. Rayan, I remember you very much. Every time, every night you ask, hey, Rayan, you said you will leave this live stream for 1 year. क्या हो गया बीच में आपको सुझाव Yeah, I think there are many other people who like to live on their own too, you know. Anupama Joshi. Anupama Joshi ji, do you like your own personal time, your own peace and quiet? I have a feeling you do very much, don't you? Eh? Saaf bataiye, huh? Jada mat bataiye aapki jindagi ki bari mein. Lekin, eh? Anupama? There's a lot of kutch and gitch and quonk amongst humanity. A lot of noise, unnecessary noise. Too much, too much tension. Too many people shouting at each other. I don't like that. I like to talk quietly, just quietly, relaxed, and if people are shouting at me for too much, I just walk away, you know. Let them shout at their animals, but don't let them shout at me. That's how I am, you know. Priyam, namaste. How are you? Fine? Yeah, no, I'm an old traveller. I understand. Don't worry. I'm an old traveller. Very old traveller. How are you, Priyam? Do you want to talk about something sensible or what? Huh? Lord of Earth. David, have you ever visited Central Asia or Middle East? No, not yet. I never visited the places. No. CJ Singer, the first time I travelled in an aeroplane. Well, I can tell you. See, when we moved from England to Australia when I was 11, we travelled by ship, you know. It was exactly the start of a new migration policy in Australia, a new migration policy where they were welcoming people from all over the planet, black or white, brown or yellow, red or green. Yeah, they were for the first time opening their minds, the Australian government and people, to allowing migrants to come from all over the planet, any colour, any colour, yeah. And we were in the first batch of those people in April 19. We travelled on a ship. The first time ever I travelled in a jet was when I first travelled on my own CJ in 1973. My career was secure, everything, and so I travelled in South America to South America. First time travelling on my own, and I looked down. The plane was taking off. I looked down at the lovely Sydney Harbour, one of the most beautiful harbours on the planet, and I realised I was travelling on my own for the first time, and I started to cry. And the person next to me on in the seat said, "Don't worry, I had that same experience too. You know, don't worry, cry, and then be as happy as you like. You know." And that was beautiful help they gave me. You know, I wasn't afraid because I was travelling by Qantas. Have one of the safest flight records on the planet, Qantas Australian Airplanes. Lord of Earth, 24 countries, yeah. Ah, Lord of Earth. Look, Lord of Earth, this is a common question I get. You can look back at some of my previous live streams since 4 months, and you can get the full answer on that, repeated, if you like. Ah, I answered that question many times, you know. Now, sugar. Listen, Priyam, I'm an old traveller, you know. I'm familiar with several languages, and I'll ask you again for the last time. I've deleted your message twice. Don't try to be too clever. Just be yourself, you know. Eh? Get it? Don't try to be too clever. Just be yourself, be natural, and be appropriate on this live stream, okay? Be appropriate, okay? There are also females watching, you know, okay? Hey? Yeah, thanks, Lord of Earth. I've answered the question many times, and just look at any of my old live streams, and you'll see the answer repeated many times, you know. Uh, oh, look, in India and Nepal and Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, I've had many best experiences, many best experiences. Um, one of them certainly was the only time in my life I ever went to a marriage function. The only time, the first time and the last time, yeah? Don't make a judgment on that statement, okay? And that was here about 40 years ago from Korsani here to nearby Chorkutia, Dunagiri side. Um, one of the sons was marrying a local young woman from that area, and I stayed with him for 2 nights, and it was really equal to the best experience I ever had in India and in my life, you know. And it was just lovely, very colourful. Everybody was very friendly, and I remember all the people were very quiet and relaxed. Village people, quiet and relaxed. Nobody was shouting at each other. You know how some people shout when they're talking, a lot of tension and shouting and that? No, nobody was like that. They were talking very quietly, very relaxed, and lovely experience. We enjoyed some nice food several times a day, and I never forget the end of the marriage. One of the sons from here was getting married. As I remember, the new bride and bridegroom walked around the fire 7 times, tied together. They threw some ghee into the fire and they said, Om Swaha, Om Swaha, Om Swaha. Fire, take this ghee, something like that. That was really a great experience. A great experience. Anita Mehera, thank you, Anita. Thank you, Anita, very much. And our nice communications on YouTube messaging. And I said today to Prava, Mamtaija, that Anita Mehera, Yokumani, yes? Anita's sending her heartfelt namaste to you, the sweet lady who cooks David's food. And she loved that very much. She loved it very much. And she said, Anita ji, namaste, namaste. Jite Raho. She said like that, you know, with a big smile. Adnan, Andugoli, good. Oh, keep eating the goat meat, Undergoli. Keep eating that goat meat. Never stop eating that goat meat. If you stop eating that meat, you'll get sick and weak. Enjoy it, enjoy it. Wow. The masala and the garlic. Do you put garlic in it also? Now, the worst experience I had in India, Lord of Earth, I've had several. Um, we talk about all subjects on this live stream, all subjects. And you lovely people also can. Oh, Lord of Earth, Anita, how, and other people, how is the connectivity tonight? Out of 10 points, please text me now. Out of 10 points, how is the sound on this? And how is the visual? Please tell me now, would you? Worst experience, I've had several, but I've had many more best experiences, Lord of Earth. One of the worst experiences was this. Up in the Himalayas here, some people are very afraid to bath. Are you eating your food at the moment? Eh? Especially in the winter time for 3-4 months. Some people, not everybody, But some people, they just close that body up for 3 months. They do not take a bath. Some of them wear clean clothes regularly. So what's happening under the clean clothes, you don't know, you know. Other people, for 3 months, they are so lazy, so ignorant, and they don't think about other people and they have no respect. They just, for 3 months, they don't bath and they just don't change their clothes. Like in the medieval period, you know, going back in history about 700 years. Anyhow, Lord of Earth, briefly. Oh, that's nice, is it? Good, good. Thanks, Lord of Earth. So anyhow, Anita, if you're reading, just turn the sound off, okay? So anyhow, one of the very worst experiences I had in my lifetime. Many years ago, I was living in Supi, S-U-P-I, Supi Sariu, north of Bageshwar Bajar. That's my second home. Anyhow, to cut a long story short, I did my own self-funded social work project there, helping poorer families for many years, you know. In the middle of that period, in our old house, suddenly, during the daytime, one man knocked on the door, and he just knocked on the door and walked in immediately. I'm in the habit of having regular baths. You know, I don't bath every day in wintertime. No need for it. 2, 3 times a week, you know, full bath. Yeah, full body bath with hot water and soap. Anyhow, so he knocked on the door and immediately came in. This man it was in the middle of winter. This man was in such filthy pig condition. I use the word advisedly pig. He come from a nearby village. He heard that David was helping villagers to help improve their lives, food help, helping them to repair their old houses, and especially helping them to build new houses. He just came straight in. Fortunately, I had finished my meal 1 hour before. This man was in such pig filthy condition, and I use the word advisedly pig because he was human. Yeah, no, he was human. And he had not bathed for at least 2 months before. He was just filthy all over from head to toe. And the clothes were even blacker. And the collar of his jacket and shirt, listen to this, the collar of his collar of the shirt and jacket just seemed to have grown together with the skin of his body. That's how filthy he was. His clothes seem to be growing now together with the skin. And I looked at him and I thought, holy gee. He looked like he had come from 700 years before, when people didn't have hot water geysers and there was a lot of ignorance about hygiene amongst some people, you know. So he sat down and he went to touch my arm. Hello, namaste. And I moved away like that. I moved away. And he said, what's wrong, Kya ho gaya? And I said to him, oh, please don't touch me, sir. Please don't touch me. And go and sit over there in the corner of the room. But the best is to come in this story. And I thought, he wants something from me. He's got something in the bag. So he said, I'm building a new house, David. And I heard that you give people 5, 10,000, 15,000 rupees even to help build the house. And I said, well, I'm listening to you. And he pulled out of his bag a big tin of ghee. And then the punchline of the story is coming now, okay? He pulled the tin out and he opened it up with his filthy hands. Oh, he opened the tin and he said, look at this ghee, I prepared it myself. I'm giving this to you as a gift. So he gave me the ghee as a gift and then asked me for 10,000 rupees to help build his house. So anyhow, pulled the tin out, took the lid off the tin, and he put his finger inside. He said, David, I prepared this ghee myself. Look at this. He put his finger in and he put the finger into the ghee and he said, look at this. This is pure, pure ghee. And I said to him, well, it was pure before you put your fingers in it. Please leave Puran Singh. Are Puran Singh. Mahesh Singh. Okay. So anyhow, he left. And you know what I did? I mean, I know it's a sin for Hindus to throw away ghee and milk, but I just took that ghee and I just threw it outside on the garden and I didn't tell anybody about it. Well, that's the end of the story. This was one of the worst experiences I've ever had. Now, the good news. Many, many people keep clean. Many people keep clean. Many people must have some sort of bath or something before they have their meal, right? We're human beings, right? So that's the end of the story, okay? Not all people are like that. But I remember what was his name? From near Supi, okay? Put his finger in the ghee and he said, I prepared this ghee myself, David. Would you like to have a taste of it? He put his finger inside the pure, pure ghee, the black, filthy, dirty hand. And I thought, where is that man's mind? Is he living in a daydream? Anyhow, I've said enough about that. And please give me some feedback on this. But I did say at the end of the story, many people keep very, very clean and they always clean up fully before they have a meal. You know, they must. So give me some feedback on that story. This is a true story. Every night, if you like, I can tell you a best or worst story, okay? Suzu. Hello, Suzu. Namaste, Suzu. How are you? Ayush Dongre. Ayush Dongre. Are you a Christian or a Jew? What difference does it make to you? Ayush? Are you Hindu, Muslim, Jain? Are you Muslim? Jain? You changed your name? It makes no difference to me what religion you are, Ayush. It makes no difference to me. But, please stay on the live stream, okay? And in 5 or 6 minutes, I'll give you a full honest answer to that, okay? Good. Oh, Lord of Earth. I'm human. I'm human. It says on the birth certificate, Jain, Muslim, agnostic, astic, or whatever. But firstly, I'm human. And I love you, Lord of Earth. I love you. I love you. Thank you. Government exams. I say, oh, look, Ayush, I'm not doing any exams this week. So, but obviously it's important to you what religion. Just give me 5 or 6 minutes and I'll give you an answer with love, okay? Pack. Thanks for coming again. Pack Musical. Wow, 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 wow. Musician. Wow, wow. Lucknow. Kulfi Kir. Rewari. Hi. Hi. Kumar. Namaste, Kumar. How are you? Good, good, good. Kumar, what does it mean, row by row? What's the meaning of that message? Row by row. Suzu, thanks for coming again, Suzu. Um, um, oh, yes, Lord of Earth. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, Pahadi people hate hot climates. They hate it. They hate it. I know. And Lord of Earth, when you got the very hot climate, like May, June, July, especially before monsoon, with the intense humidity on top of the heat. Ah, but what can we do? Pahari people need to survive with their families, and if they can't get work up here, they must go down. On top of that, the cities and the towns full of pollution and rubbish, the neglect of the Nagarpalika, Jila Panchayat, PWD, BWP. horrible places, horrible places. But there's a chance of work there, yeah, and also in the towns and cities, you have a chance possibly to get better quality education, like that, yeah. Madan Singh, namaste, Madan. How are you, Madan? Thank you. Lord of Earth, no, I never met Ruskin Bond. Lord of Earth, no, so far nobody proposed to me to get married. Um, yeah, I was a little bit handsome when I was a young man. Lord of Earth, I'll tell you, but don't tell anybody else. When I was a young man, between the ages of 16 and 31, at different times, long relationships, 4 times, 4 different girlfriends. Yeah, look at my eyes. Hey, 4 girlfriends, different times, seriously, long relationships. Anita, I know you're not listening to this. You're a lady. I know that. Now, Adnan, thanks for coming back again, yeah? Andugoli, how's it going? The Ande Bujia. Kya khaya hai aaj? Hey, shabash. Bakra ka meat? Shabash. Wow, wow, wow. Now, now. Ayush, again, a very, very direct question. Ayush asked me at first, are you Christian or Jew? And I'm thinking, why is that important to Ayush what religion I am? Ayush is asking me what religion I am. Why is that important to him? Anyhow, just give me 2 minutes, Ayush. I promise you, I'll give you an answer, yeah? Ayush, again, another very direct question. Why aren't you married? Why aren't you married? All right, now there's a lot for me to answer on that question, especially. Ayush, on my birth certificate, it says, or it used to say, Christian. Um, but my parents were very, very open-minded about religion, and they used to say, David, just think about the humanity in front of that person in front of you. Look at their humanity. How are they good? Are they bad? Are they a little bit generous, or are they greedy? Do they keep clean, or do they not keep clean? All these things. How's their education? All these things. And David, don't think about people's religion. It's not an important thing. It's just a technical matter. They used to say, Ayush, it's just a technical matter. Yes, like that, yeah. Ayush, why I'm not married? Because I made my own full independent choice never to get married because I wanted to be a traveler. So that's it. That's the short answer, Ayush. Pack X Musical. Yeah, that's right, Vrindavan. Yes. I'm a little familiar with Hindu culture, Pack. I mean, I'm a little familiar with Indian culture, yeah. Ayush, when I was younger, I spent a lot of time with my family members, including nephews and nieces and their children. Then I started to see, David, what do you need in this life, David? What do you really need? What do you really need? Not just for traveler to have a family is just impossible. It's impossible um, because the traveler has one big backpack, right? And the serious traveler doesn't want any more luggage. It's as simple as that. Oh, David's saying that family would be like luggage, bag and baggage. It would be. It would be, yeah. I'm a very, very selfish traveler, and I like to travel on my own. And that's it, basically. Oh, and also, Ayush, um, in my culture, there was never any pressure from my family to get married. Never any pressure. No suggestion like that. And the world's population is very big. Very big. Very big. Oof. Aman Kumar. Very nice. Also I'm married. Yeah, I remember you, Goliath. Yeah. You must be 7 feet tall, are you? Also unmarried. Good luck. Aman Namaste. Dandawat Pranam Aapko Brahmachari Ji. Yeah, Bachelor Ji. Yeah, I know there's a difference. I know there's a difference between Bachelor and Brahmachari. I know. Yeah. Well, good luck, Aman. And don't make any sudden emotional decisions, will you? Well, Ayush, then later, when I was about 31, I made a decision to concentrate on traveling, work hard, save hard, travel, and all the benefits from that. And then my family and myself, we started to drift apart, but we accepted it. They accepted me. Yeah, they accepted me. And I accepted their lives, living all their lives in one place in Australia with their kids and everybody. I accepted all that, you know. Good, good relationship. Ayush, David, Ayush is asking some interesting questions tonight, David. Do you think academic education is important for human sanity and morality? Look, honestly, Ayush, I don't think that academic education these days. Well, we're in India. Let's talk about India, right? Huge survival. Huge survival problems. Mega population. It's all about competition to get that degree in the pocket, isn't it? Sometimes by unfair means. Sometimes by unfair, more than sometimes, yeah? Oh, let's be honest about that. Academic education really mostly is about getting the degree so for your bread and butter so you can survive, yeah? Um, Probably in some areas the morality issue comes into it. You know, nurses and doctors and pharmacists must be good people. Doctors, nurses, and pharmacists must be good people with original degrees, not cheating degrees, and they must do their best to serve the public, doctors, nurses, and pharmacists, yeah, with honesty. However, some people in their lives are only interested in making money. Money is the most important thing. And when you're a doctor, nurse, or a pharmacist and you only want to make a big profit, this compromises your honesty when you're dealing with the public. Yes. Human sanity. I don't know if human sanity is involved in this, Ayush. I don't think so. Aman Kumar. You like to travel. You went to Russia for a month. Wow. Did you get the close up darshan of Vladimir Putin? Amanji, I have traveled through 24 different countries in my life, especially when I was younger. Some countries I just traveled through very quickly, you know. Other countries I spent 2 or 3 months. I spent most of my life in England and Australia and the Himalayas, Nepal and India. Oh, Ayush, you got expelled from college because they caught me with my second girlfriend. Are you talking about exams? Are you talking about exams or something else? You don't have a college degree. Well, that's sad. That is sad. That is sad. Um, Ayush, was that a bad decision on their side, the college authorities? Was that bad decision? Was it a misunderstanding? It wasn't during exams, was it? Oh, Pratik, namaste, Pratik. Uh, Pratik, I was born originally in England, Pratik, but I was born in 1949. Namaste, Pratik. Kia hal hai? Sab theek thak hai? Shabash. Aapka swasth kushal baat kaise ho? Um, yeah, please understand this, British Empire. I was born in 1949, 2 years after the cunning British left India, 2 years after. So we have common birthplace, but I was born in 1949, yeah. Then we travelled to Australia, yeah. Lord of Earth, I tell you where I've travelled simply. England, Australia, Nepal, India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, West Malaysia, Indonesia, East Timor, between Indonesia and Australia, tiny country. Egypt briefly, Egypt briefly. Aden, now called Yemen, briefly, coming from England. And I lived nearly 1 year traveling in Latin America, like in Argentina, Chile, not Chile. Chile's another thing. I stayed in Chile a little time, Argentina, Brazil, Bolivia, Peru, and Ecuador, and briefly passing through Fiji, Tahiti, and that's about 24 countries, yeah. Well, Ayush, if that's true, Ayush, that was a terrible decision. If that's true, just talking with your girlfriend. Did you and your parents make very strong protests at the time to the college authorities? Game on. David, why don't you live in a Game on's asking Namaste, Game on. Game on's asking David, why don't you live in a better concrete house? Just give me 5 minutes, Game on. I'll give you a good answer to that, okay? Well, Parwan, Farashwan, namaste, thanks to you. And namaste, thanks, Parwan. Um, Ayush, was there some other reason for this? Were there some people had a grudge against you, didn't like you for some reason? I see. So the college is owned by a local MLA. They have their own vested interests. It's not an independently run college. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Pratik, Jai Shri Ram, Namaste, Pratik. Pawan, just 5 minutes ago, did you hear my answer about my background? Oh, Anupama, Anupama Ji, are you there at the moment? Can you please help me with a pinned message, Anupama? I can't do that facility myself. Aman Kumar, what do I like most about India? All right, just give me 5 minutes, yeah? Aman, what do I like most about India? And the other one was from Game On. Why don't I live in a real concrete house, a cement house? Just wait 5 minutes, please, and I'll answer your questions in a relaxed, slow way, one to one, okay? Individually, personally. I'm in no hurry. Um, and if you spend a little more time on my live stream, it will help more the magical 4,000 live stream watch hours. How's that for honesty? Now, yeah, Lord of the Earth, the only country I visited which doesn't exist now was in those days Aden, now called Yemen. I'm glad I visited it that 60 years ago and not now too. Aman, which are unique places to me? Um, Really, above everything else, I think the Himalayas, Aman, the biggest mountains in the world. Although all mountains in the world have their own magic, their own attraction. Old histories of the Himalayas, old religious ideologies. I didn't say religions. I'm trying to use the fuller, more open meaning, religious ideologies. Old languages, I love old languages and things like that, you know. Game on. Concrete cement houses, for me, have no character. You can paint them all the colors you like. You can put all sorts of furniture in those concrete cement houses, but they always remain without character and they're cold. Cement houses, game on, are cold, cold houses. I much prefer what some people call poor houses. Poor houses built with stone, but inside lined with mud and cow dung, you know? Much prefer them. And these are very comfortable in summertime and very comfortable in wintertime. And game on, these houses like this you can see have character. They have character and feeling, and they're organic. Organic, yeah. Namish Singh, something about my camera? Any problem with the camera, Namish? Namaste to you, Namish, or kaise ho, sab theek thaak hai? Jeete raho? और नमेश आपका अट्टा पट्टा का नाम क्या है बताइए बताइए Game on. David, what do you do for earning? Just give me 4 minutes and I'll answer that. Game on, okay? I'll give you the full answer. Lord of the Earth has travelled, I see. Oh, Lord of the Earth, you told me your ancestors, Afghanistan. That's right. Accountant. The grandfather was an accountant. Is that right? Lord of the Earth. I remember that because it's recently you told me. Lord of the Earth, you visited Saudi Arabia. Lord of the Earth, is your real name Alauddin? I know 10 or 15 words of Urdu Arabic. Is your real name Alauddin? But you're using the universal name, Lord of the Earth. Let me know on that. He visited Saudi Arabia, Palestine, Hajj, Israel, Al-Aqsa, when I was really young, when you were an infant. Wow, wow, wow. Did your parents and grandparents touch your head against those holy places? Wow, then they took me to Sri Lanka. Wow. You want to visit my great-grandpa's village in Afghanistan? Well, for the first time in many, many years, tourists are starting to return to Afghanistan now. I believe there are some good benefits from the Taliban in Afghanistan. People say there's more stability for people now in their social safety and everything. Time unfiltered, truth unfiltered. Namaste, truth. Thanks for coming back. And Ayush, Me too. I'm in my old time clay house. Ah, these clay houses have character, don't they? Do they have character? Organic? Those cement concrete houses may be very strong and secure, but they just have no character. Oh, game on. Well, you heard my reply about 5 minutes ago about my travel history. Yes. Aman Kumar. David, I like the scientific history of UK. Yes. United Kingdom, yeah? Sadly, they used it for the wrong reason. Look. The number one reason why the British Empire and the other 6 or 7 colonial empires from Europe 500 years ago spread out from Europe all around the world. The only reason was to rape, rob, and loot and exploit as much as they could the many other countries, Aman. That was the main reason. The pretense was bringing them civilization, bringing them the true religion. Oh, hey, Baba. Eh? They were the excuses to civilize people, to Europeanize them, to bring them the only true religious idea. Eh, Baba. But the real reason was this. And do you really know, you lovely people, that listen to this, that when those cunning, exploitative, robbing and looting European colonialists left Europe 500 years ago, that was the real start of all the problems we have today: climate change, deforestation, killing millions and millions of plants and trees, pollution, destroying so many native cultures around the world, trying to change millions of people's religions. How confusing that can be, eh? And many other things, many other things. I feel very deeply and very sadly about that the European, or many of the problems today with climate change and all the rest of it are directly related to the cunning, greedy, exploitative, and sometimes murderous European colonialists who spread out from Europe all over the world 500 years ago. The cunning, exploitative, looting and robbing British, at its peak, the British Empire occupied about 22% of the total surface of the planet. 22%, yeah. Don't forget the cunning French colonialists. Don't forget the cunning Portugal colonialists, the cunning Spanish colonialists from Spain, the French, the Italians, the Dutch, right? Holland, Netherlands, and Germany. Germany had a little bit of colonial influence, mostly in Central Africa, I think. They are directly responsible for many of the problems we have today, directly, especially concerning climate change. And not just climate change. Game on. Thank you. One of a kind. That's nice. Thanks, Game on. I encourage you, lovely viewers, to open your mind, open your keypads, and use this a little unusual live stream. So I'm not talking about money, not talking about Chat GPT, Super Chat, and all this stuff. We're talking about real things. We're talking about humanity, social issues, religious ideologies, languages. I love languages. We're talking about many things here which are reality based. Why don't you lovely people now open your keypads up? Hey, open up your keypads. Talk to me. Talk to our other lovely viewers. Talk about real issues. Hey? And also, because I'm a master in the English language. If I say I'm an English master, I never say I'm an English master. Get it? Because English master has two meanings. I'm a master of the English language. My education proves that. It's my mother language. And if any of you want to improve your English, we can do that through this medium, okay? Paktia, that's right. You told me that. That's right. Thanks, Lord of the Earth. Thank you, Lord of the Earth. Yusuf, you did tell me that. Yusuf. Um, Game on. Can I talk to you in Hindi with a Hindi accent? No, I can talk to you in Hindi with a Japanese accent. No, I'm only joking. अच्छा game on जी मेरी हिंदी एकदम पूरा विकसित नहीं है मेरी हिंदी बोलने में 20% गैप है गैप कम से कम मैंने कभी नहीं सीखा हिंदी फॉर्मली में game on आपका अट्टा पट्टा का नाम क्या है बताइए Thanks, Game on your lovely compliments. Thank you. Lord of the Earth. Lord of the Earth, Yusuf. Um, his great grandfather was from Paktia province, from Pashtun, Yusuf Zai tribe, came to Rampur as an accountant from a landlord. For a landlord, I see. You have tracked my distant relatives. They live very normally. I see. How did you track that? I mean, I know there are a lot of very, what's it called, genealogy. Did you track that online through some genealogy sites or more personally? Yes, Ayush, I am European. Now, Ayush, the answer you've been waiting for, maybe. I hope I am multi-religious. I hope I'm multi-religious. I must be, because I'm a senior traveller. I have lived over the years with lovely Muslim families who are very close to what we call in common language, God. I've met with lovely Jewish families who were very lovely people and who also were very close to what we commonly call God, right? Commonly call, easily understandable language, right? Long subject, that one. But keep it simple. I've lived with Hindus, love them. Buddhist, beautiful. Christians also, yeah. And I found the universal light was shining inside all of them, Ayush. It was shining inside all of them. Are you happy with that answer? Ayush, but you're also European, but you're also European, yeah. Armand says, but he is good. He's European, but he's good. And I like that, Armand. That's beautiful. Lord of the Earth, Yusuf, one of his great-grandfather's younger brother's descendants, Mr. Umar, was a former soldier of Ghani government. Was that the Ghani going back 30, 40 years, a rather popular prime minister in Afghanistan? Now runs a dry fruit business in Kabul. Fortunately, he had Facebook, so I can't. So he gave you a lot of information, yeah? Game on. Do you think the USA really went to the moon? Yeah, it looks like they went to the moon. Safed Bund, Safed, Namaste Safed, Aapke Se Ho, Aapka Attapata Kaha Ho, Bataiye Jawab Dijiye. Shabash, Shabash. Ab tak main seekini wala hun Hindi. Many people want to talk English, and on this channel, 99% of messages come in English, so I reply in English. But if you ask me, I can talk in Hindi. I understand some Kumaoni dialect also. Kumaon is the area here where I live in the Himalayas, in Uttarakhand state. Yes, Aman Kumar, I understand. I mean, how much do you need English in your career? How much do you need English in your career? That's very important. Aman and other people, please listen to this. Currently on this channel, Pahadi David's YouTube channel, right here on the video section, you can see 15 or 16 6-month-old videos in which I explain some of the most difficult spelling and pronunciation problems in English. There are many, aren't there? Many spelling and pronunciation problems in English because if we're talking about phonetic system, phonetics means the science of sounds, the science of sounds in languages. I'm a small expert on that subject, especially in, I prepared myself a Devanagari English system for pronunciation and spelling. Now, in short, if you look on this channel under my name, you'll see from about 6 months ago, 15 or 16 videos. Aman and other people too. If you're still perfecting your English, and they will explain to you, especially in Devanagari Lipi, how you pronounce and spell those difficult sounds, or four especially, and most of those difficulties in English spelling and pronunciation, where do they come from? One area, the English vowels, A, E, I, O, U. All right, so, and also any of you, anytime about English or anything, you can please contact me. I don't give people my phone number, obviously, because privacy, right? You can contact me anytime, especially about English language, on Pahadi David YouTube messaging, right? Keypad or through short message. Keypad's better for a longer message, right? And I'm preparing at the moment, they will be uploaded soon, I promise you, 5 long videos explaining every last fine detail of all the sounds and spellings in the English A, E, I, O, U system, vowel system. Everything is explained. They'll be ready soon. Lord of the Earth, Yusuf, actually you tracked your ancestors through your grandma. She visited Paktia with her husband in the 1970s, knew many relatives. Well, that's interesting. My distant cousins died in the Soviet-Afghan War too. But now everything is peaceful. Yeah, in the last couple of years, people now are starting to travel back to Afghanistan, local people and foreign tourists. Yeah. So there's always positive and negative about everything. And the Taliban, I understand, with discipline, providing a safer and more consistent life now in Afghanistan. Is that right, Yusuf? Yeah, Aman, I see, Aman. English, science, is minor degree in creative writing. Yeah. That's right, Aman, it does. English is a subject that allows you to learn more subjects, definitely. Gee, this last hour has passed very rapidly. Yeah, Armand, you know what to do. Just expose yourself much, much more to English speaking. Listen to English much more. North American English, British and European English, Australian English. That's right. Read and write as much as you can. And please, Armand, you might like to point out my free teaching videos on this channel also, yeah? That's right, Yusuf. Ghani was the Prime Minister before 2021, that's right. Game on. Aditya, I see, you're from Jharkhand? Yeah, that's right. It split from Bihar, didn't it, some years ago? Rajasthan, the land of royals, that's right. Yes, yes. Well, you've moved around. Please send more messages. You see, Yusuf, your Lord of the Earth, and Aman Kumar are communicating to everybody, and Game On also, Aditya, are communicating to other viewers here a little who they are, where they come from. This is interesting. This is what makes this live stream more interesting, you see. I can't talk continuously. I can't do some singing and dancing all the time. You lovely viewers need to make more contributions. Any subjects. Uh-oh. That's right, I'm on. David, when you were a kid, did you used to read a lot? And if yes, what did you used to read that made you a brahmachari like me? Wow. I respect you and I say again, Dandawat Pranam Aman Kumarji. You not producing any kids, and I don't have any kids either. In my knowledge, I don't have any kids either. and uh, what's the greatest need on the planet now? What is the very, very greatest need? Yeah, there are several. There are several, I know, but the very greatest need is that mankind finally, that all of mankind finally starts to wake up to itself and starts to produce smaller families, 2 kids, 1 kid, or 0 kids. This is the huge need now, really. And when people have very, very small families or don't produce kids, they are doing a great, great service. My contribution is purely selfish. I never had kids and family because I'm a traveler, right? So it's another reason. But when people really wake up to themselves and stop producing big families, they are destroying the planet. They are helping to destroy the planet. Population overload. And that has many, many complications. Many complications. Ah, thanks, Ram Prasad. Now I must write down the real names of these people behind their. Oi, Baba. Hey, hey, Uta? Hey, Telebab. Now, I'm going to write down from tonight, I'm going to write down people's real names. Lord of Earth, Yusuf, Upreti, Sweden, Niraj, And I'll answer your text very soon, yeah? Uh, oh, is the picture going dark? I must, game on. What's your real name again, please? Game on. I can scroll down, it's okay. Aditya. Good, good, good. Game on. Good. Um, Information Barber. Namaste, Information Barber. Informative Barber. Thanks for coming back. My real name is David Alexander. David Alexander. Dawood Sikandar. Yeah, two very, very common names in Western countries with Anglo background, you know. Anglo or Western background, David Alexander. And the surname is Whitstock. That's my Facebook name, Whitstock, Whitstock. Ram Prasadji, Namaste Ram Prasad. I'm fine, thanks. How are you, Ram Prasad? You? Yeah, I live just 3 kilometers from Korsani. I never mentioned the name of our tiny village here, just for our own privacy. And we just don't have many people living here at the moment. So it's difficult to welcome visitors in a warm way. You know, it's difficult to do that. Um, Ram Prasad saying, David, if you come down to the market, let me know. Maybe you wouldn't mind to meet for a cup of tea. I don't stay here always. I see. You keep coming for a few days sometimes and then you leave. Is your permanent home in another place, Ram Prasad, is it? I see. Um, when would I be coming to Corsani again? Look, I come down usually once a week, not on a fixed day. I'm a little bit busier at the moment. Well, just keep in touch at the moment through this live stream, Ram Prasad, okay? And also, Ram Prasad, why not? You can contact me anytime you like through YouTube messaging. YouTube messaging, eh? My name is exactly the same there, Pahadi David. Ram Prasad, to keep the door open, is your YouTube ID the same as this? Yes or no, please? Yes, Aman Kumar. There are kids who don't have a good childhood for various reasons. Sometimes it's the fault of the education system, isn't it? Every night I talk about what, in my humble opinion, is the original seed of Brashtachar, the original seed of corruption, widespread, accepted, exam cheating. Oof. Abhishek, namaste, Abhishek. Thanks for coming back, Abhishek Bista. Thanks for coming back, namaste. Himanshu, you've done Act of Redemption number 1 and Act 2 starting. Only we understand that, don't we? Ram Prasad, I was originally born in Hastings, Sussex, south of London. World famous place, 1066 and all that, when the Norman French king, William the Conqueror, invaded England through my hometown there. His army put an arrow through the eye of the English King Harold, and that was the end of the fight. Ram Nam Satya Hai. Yeah, you did hear right. And that was my hometown. I left England with my family when I was 11, Ram Prasad, for Australia. I see, Ram Prasad, you shifted back to Mumbai. I see, good. Now, you lovely people, um, this is the first installment of a long live stream almost every night. In Please send your last messages at the moment. Send your last messages now, and in 15 20 minutes we'll have a 45-minute break. Okay, supper break. Then at 9 p.m. I start my second installment. Okay, and I hope this live stream is a little different for you people. I'm sharing some of my more intimate thoughts and feelings directly and honestly, without fear, from the eyes, mind, heart, soul, and stomach of a senior traveller. So it may be a little bit more interesting for you, perhaps a little bit of a breath of fresh air. But I do ask you people, please share more what's going on inside your own minds and hearts about life, about reality, what's happening now, you know? Are people around the world going to rise up against the sometimes dictatorial and barbaric? Who am I talking about? There are two, aren't there? Sometimes dictatorial and sometimes barbaric. Donald Trump and Netanyahu.com. Yeah, Netanyahu.com and Donald Trump. Eh? Are there going to be more, sometimes violent, social revolutions around the planet, like they had recently in Nepal? I've lived in Nepal many times. Mero pait Nepali ho. Mero pait Nepali ho, Hajur. Mo Purano, Makai ko roti, Kani wala ho. Are there going to be more social revolutions, sometimes violent, but quite necessary, like in Nepal in December, where for 20 years most of those politicians had robbed, raped, and looted the people for 20 long years? They became very, very arrogant in the end, those politicians. They were pig, greedy, corrupt. Are there going to be more social revolutions around the world? What do you think? Where people will rise up together, especially using social media, because they have been failed for many, many years, failed by their so-called law and legal justice system, and they needed to take things into their own hands. Are there going to be more social revolutions as the only alternative to force real change in their countries? Real change. Keep an eye on Nepal. They've got a great, great human being there now, a great human being called Balan Shaha. If anybody's listening to this from Nepal, namaste, and please support justice. Please support justice. Clean out the old filthy, pig, greedy, corrupt system. Clean it right out and start a new good system where all people are equal and where people get full service from their public servants. Can you believe that? Full service from them. Thanks, Ram Prasad. Thanks for keeping in touch and telling us a little about yourself. That's great. Thank you. And I can see you studied in Bath in Somerset. Yeah, yeah. Nice country, England, isn't it? Beautiful island, Britain, apart from the atrocious colonial history that they produced. Oof, oof. I think the most cunning and exploitative and looting of all those 7 colonial powers, Ram Prasad. What do you think? Anyhow, let's move on to another subject, yeah? Thanks for your invitation. I'm on in Delhi. I visit New Delhi about once every 18 or 19 years. I'm afraid of big cities. I'm afraid of those mega cities. I'm dead afraid of them. Dead afraid. But when I must come, then maybe we can meet. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Himanshu. That's nice. Thanks for your message. I understand all that. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. I'm not bored. I'm just a bit tired. That's all. Please send your last messages now. And please, let's finish this first installment in 12 minutes, okay? Yeah, that's right, Ram Prasad. Your last message. It is. Oh, a lot of ignorance about it. I remember when briefly, Ram Prasad, when I was in school in England till 11, I can remember clearly everything was painted in bright, beautiful, clean and clear colours, the British Empire. Oh, you just were never taught anything negative. Nothing, nothing, nothing. I mentioned before a few minutes ago about all that, and oh yeah, lies, lies, lies. Mm. And these effects from all those cunning, exploitative, robbing and looting European colonial powers, they still exist too around the world today. Some of them, don't they? They do. Mm. Yeah, Ayush, I just got your current message there. Thanks, Aman. Yeah, I have a 95% fast every night, Aman. It helps keep me fit and young. I'm 4 years short of 80, and no smoking and definitely no alcohol. I tell all young people every night, I tell all young people, why do I sometimes say on this live stream, Mera Mora Sarabi Bap, Mera Mora Sarabi Bap. True story. Why do I say that? So people hear, what's he saying? What's behind this? What is behind this is that I tell all young people, if you never ever try one time any type of smoke, you'll never have any smoking addiction. If you never ever try even one time any type of alcohol, you'll never ever have an alcohol addiction. The line is very, very thin. Believe me, it is very thin. Yeah, I'm on, and so every night between streams, uh, I um, I have a big mug of black, sweet, strong coffee, brew coffee. I can't drink real coffee; it's out of my budget now. But I'm not yet poor. But so I drink brew coffee, which I like the taste of brew coffee, and I have some millet biscuits of millet. Millet biscuits means in Hindi ragi. Ragi ki biscuit ek anaj ki naam hai, samanya anaj. Millet biscuits, ragi biscuits, and the coffee helps me sleep later on. Thanks, Ram Prasad, about subscribing. And lastly, if you're still here, Ram Prasad, please ask your local your social circle to have a look at my channel at least a little bit of a breath of fresh air, looking inside the mind, heart, soul, and stomach of a senior traveller. Yeah, I like to talk about food, and I like to eat food too. And maybe more people can help me more quickly to reach that magical 4,000 hours live stream watch time. The amount of time that you lovely viewers spend watching this live stream. We're approaching halfway at the moment. Yes, Ayush, I'm reading your next message also. Yes, I can see it clearly. Yes. Mm. Come from 1930s. Come from 1930s. Thanks for coming back again from the 1930s. And now they look white. They look like white race, but half of the Indians, they have not got blonde hair as their Anglo-Indian. All right, I'm thinking about that one. Ah, send your last messages now, please, and let's finish in 5 minutes. Have a break for about 50 minutes, yeah? 10 minutes more, eh? Music. Oh, I just lost one message there. Oh. Hi, Niraj Nagarakoti. How are you, Niraj? Are you fine? Good, good, good. Niraj, you've watched my live stream before, and you know very well. You know very, very well my very honest and direct views on the cunning British colonial era in South Asia. You know my views very, very well on that. Mm. How are you, Niraj? Are you fine? Are you happy? Good, 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 good. Wow, wow, wow. That's right, come from the 1930s. Many Britishers married Indian women, and then their generation became called Anglo-Indian. That's right, yes, yes. In Fort Harbour, the topic today is supposed to be um, Let me see. I wrote it down on a piece of paper. Usually, most people aren't interested in the topic. Just a minute, I'll tell you, okay? Here it is, Informative Baba. Thanks again for coming, and we always appreciate your very, very interesting communications on this live stream, Informative Baba. Yeah, I do sometimes post there what today's topic is, but most people aren't interested in it, you know? Um, Today's topic is, what is that thing in the human soul which always remains unsatisfied? This is a very, very deep, very, very deep philosophical question. I'm only an amateur philosopher, just learning the subject, you know? I don't read many books, actually. I don't like to have too many things in my mind, congesting my mind. So I don't read too many books, you know. But what is that thing in the human soul which always remains unsatisfied? What is it? This is no mystery. It's not one particular subject, you know. It's actually includes all subjects. What is that one thing in the human soul which is never, never satisfied? Ayush, happiness is a subgrouping, right? Happiness is in that, love is in that, excessive pig greed for money, excessive pig greed for money, happiness, love, food sometimes. What is behind all those things? Just look at Buddhism and you'll get the answer, you know? Now, Kathy Serrano. Thanks, Kathy, for coming back. Thanks, Kathy. Where are you from, may I ask? Maybe you told us, but I forgot. Thanks for coming back, Kathy. Oh, look, we are on the same page, Kathy. Colonialism was under many, many disguises. There were seven colonial powers originally from Europe 500 years ago, spread around much of the planet. Kathy, you know and I know that their reason wasn't their reason. They said that their reason was to civilize the rest of the planet, to 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 bring to the rest of the planet the only true religion, right? Oh, what a lot of civilization, build roads and railroads. They were all built so they could transport their loot out of those colonies very easily. Kathy, you look now, and so many problems are climate change problems exactly are related to when the colonial powers spread around the planet 500 years ago and started to really do a lot of destruction around the planet on many different levels, including deforestation and all sorts of things like that, you know, all sorts of subjects, right? I speak about this every night. Look at some of my old live streams. I talk very directly about it. Mm. Yes, Suraj Singh, you said this before. We are here in India, in South Asia, so everybody needs to be educated. And more students now in South Asia and around the world are being educated about the true history of those seven colonial powers, right? Britain, Spain, Portugal, France, Italy, Germany, and Holland, right? Jung. Thanks for coming back, Jung. I remember your um, I remember your ID. Listen, folks, let's have a supper break now. Let's have a supper break now, starting in 3 minutes, okay? And then come back at 9 p.m. local time, okay? That's Kathy. Kathy, express yourself even more when you come back. If you come back at 9 p.m. local time, talk to everybody more about this. We need to. Sometimes, Kathy, I get some very, very angry and sometimes abusive texts on this live stream against myself because I was born in Britain, you know, and I encourage people without fear. I encourage people who are talking in that vein to express themselves more and more. Yeah, thanks, Jung. Please come back. That's right. That's right, Ayush. In my humble opinion, Ayush, the answer to this is what, Ayush? Today's subject, which I always post on my YouTube messaging thing before I do live stream, but nobody's really interested in today's subject. Today's subject is, what is that thing in the human soul which is never, never satisfied? What is that thing in the human soul which is never, never satisfied? The answer obviously is a six-letter word. Begins with D and it ends in E. And it's spelled Desire. Anybody who studies Buddhism knows all about that. Desire. Desire is that thing in the human soul which is never, never satisfied. And when you know this, we can still enjoy life, we can still enjoy ourselves. But you have to be watching yourself during that enjoyment, whatever area of life it might be, and don't become addicted to anything. Don't become addicted to anything. Be free of that. Enjoy it, but don't have that addiction. It can be anything. Otherwise, you're always the master of that thing, whatever it might be, you know. Jung. Ah, you remind me of Neem Karoli Baba. Well, that's nice. Thanks. Wow, 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 wow. Hey, Neem Karoli Baba was on a different level, yeah. And let me say, Ayush, quietly, Babas leave the planet, Babas and female Babas leave the planet, and sometimes that ashram organization undergoes very, very, very different changes, Ayush. Very different changes. I had a personal experience of that. Same story. Yeah. All right, then, look, let's finish now and come back, please, 9 o'clock local time, okay? That's right, come from 1930s. Yeah, my mum was born from Wales. She was Welsh. Yeah. They're a little bit world famous for having very famous, sweet voices, singers, you know? All right, then let's go now. Uh, please come back. And if you're interested, let's talk about desire when we come back. Desire, today's topic. If anybody's interested to analyze it, yeah. And I'd be interested what you people think about it, you know? And desire has many, many aspects, eh? Barbary Barb, eh? Barbary Barb. Namaste. See you again in 50 minutes. Thank you. Namaste, everybody. Thank you.